Angkor Wat. It's a bucket list destination for a lot of people travelling throughout Southeast Asia. But what most people don't realise is that Angkor Wat is more than just one temple. It's a massive archaeological park with over 70 major temples spread across more than 400 square kilometres. So no matter what you plan to see or where you plan to go, you can expect to spend a lot of time travelling between places when you visit Angkor Wat and Siem Reap. My name's Brian. I've been here in Angkor Wat and Siem Reap now for about a month, and I thought I'd put this video together just to help share some information with people around how to get around, what the costs are looking like, and some of the pros and cons of each of the types of transportation available. Let's start with the most popular option, the Tuk Tuk. They're cheap, especially if you're travelling in a group, comfortable enough for a full day out, and they let you cover a lot of ground without having to worry about navigation. Getting a Tuk Tuk is easy. You can book one through your accommodation, there's travel agencies, apps like Tuk, or just walk around Siem Reap and you'll probably find you'll be approached within a matter of minutes by a driver offering a tour to you. For a typical 6-hour day, you're looking at between $15 to $25 depending on the driver and the options you choose. If you want to go further out like Bante Sray or do a sunrise at Angkor Wat for example, you can expect to pay a little bit more. Now if you're going just to Angkor Wat itself and the Bayon, you can save a couple of bucks by getting a smaller Tuk Tuk like the 3-seater one you see getting around town. But if you're going out for the day or anywhere further, get the remorque, which is the type where you have the trailer being pulled by a motorbike. It's much more comfortable. The Tuk Tuk drivers can offer you a degree of flexibility. You can take a fixed route, which they'll offer as part of, say, a grand tour or a small tour, or you can negotiate with them around the particular temples you wish to see. The downside is generally you will not go off sealed roads, so you can't see some of the more hidden parts of the park. And if you're looking to do something like, sunrise at Angkor Wat, and then come back into town, get some rest, and then go back out to do some exploring in the afternoon, you're going to have to pay twice. The other downside of the Tuk Tuk is the costs can add up quickly if you're a solo traveller. One thing to keep in mind though is your driver is not a tour guide. If you're looking for someone to escort you around the temples and explain what you are seeing, you can hire one for the day for about $40 and they'll travel in the Tuk Tuk with you. Alternatively, some of the larger sites you can also hire guides at the gate and negotiate a price with them. Exploring Angkor Wat on two wheels, whether that's a push bike, electric bike or a motorbike, is pretty easy. A push bike is the cheapest option. For around $3 a day you can rent a simple town bike. For about $6 you can get a basic mountain bike, which is what I went for, and for higher end bikes it will cost you around $10 to $20 a day depending on what you choose. From Siem Reap it's about a 7-kilometre bike ride to the park entrance, and there's a decent bike path most of the way. If you're comfortable with cycling on the road, drivers generally give you space and that's also an option. It's probably a little bit smoother than the path itself. The obstacles you'll face when cycling at Angkor Wat are primarily the heat and the distance, but also the animals. I was cycling at Angkor Wat for 4 days and had to contend with dogs, cows, monkeys, squirrels and even the occasional snake. How far you go really does depend on your fitness, and yes, it does get hot. And you also need to factor in that you'll be climbing around temples as well. For me, I was doing about 50 kilometres a day, visiting 4 to 5 sites pretty comfortably. On the upside though, cycling was pretty good. Bike parking was pretty easy. There were either racks or designated spots where you could park, and there were plenty of spots where you could grab water, snacks and drinks along the way. If pedalling's not your thing, you can also rent an electric or petrol powered bike. These usually run anywhere from $8 to $12 a day. So if you're renting anything petrol powered that's over 125cc in engine capacity, you're going to need the appropriate license. And yes, the police do stop and check. The other thing to take into account as well when hiring a petrol powered bike is officially there is a ban on foreigners renting petrol powered bikes in Siem Reap. This ban isn't enforced terribly well, but that enforcement can change, so just keep that in mind as well. The other thing you also need to be aware of when renting a motorbike is your travel insurance. Unless you have the appropriate license in your home country for riding a motorbike, sometimes the travel insurance will not cover you. Personally, I went for an electric moped. No license is needed, and it has about 100 kilometres of range and a top speed of about 50 k's per hour, which covers most of the park, but not longer trips like out to Bante Stray, which is about an 80k round trip. Now, when hiring a bike, whether it's a petrol bike, a pedal bike, or an electric bike, the process is pretty similar. Generally, you can pick one up through your accommodation, but if the bikes they have are not suitable for you or you don't think they're terribly well maintained, you can pick them up from a place in town. There's a number of options. Generally, they're going to want you to leave a deposit of some form, usually your passport or your driver's license, or you can pay a higher fee like 50 to 100 or 200 US dollars as the deposit if you don't want to leave your ID behind. The biggest advantage of anything with two wheels is the freedom. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want, and some of the best moments I had were at quieter spots like the Gate of the Dead, which is just a short ride down a dirt track from the Bayonne. But there was no one there, it was just me and two other people and the security guard. So if you want something a little bit more comfortable than a Tuk Tuk or a bike and have a bit of cash to spare, you can hire a private car with a driver for about 40 US dollars a day. There's also tour buses with guides. These start anywhere from about 15 US dollars per person per day. One other thing to keep in mind is none of these prices, whether you're on a guided tour, private car, Tuk Tuk, or you're doing it yourself, include the cost of the Angkor Park ticket. It costs 37 US dollars for 1 day, 62 US dollars for 3 days, and 72 US dollars for a 7-day pass. Buying the ticket is actually really straightforward. You no longer need to go to the office and queue up. You can just buy it through their official app. Angkor Park ticket is a requirement for all foreigners to purchase, and there is an army of people there who will actively stop you to check for it. Quick tip though, when you do get the app and you scan your QR code for the first time, take a screenshot. The mobile internet wasn't the greatest at some of the more remote temples. It just was helpful having that because I could get in faster than having to try and find a spot which had coverage. Personally, my favourite option was the push bike. I really just enjoyed it. But whichever way you choose to get around, I'm sure you're going to have a great time. Angkor Wat is an amazing UNESCO World Heritage Site and there's so much to see and explore. If you've made it this far, thanks for sticking around, and if you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. Until next time, take care.